Hey guys, here's a video on functions, what they are, how to find the values of functions, and how to use them. So first of all, imagine you have a machine, and the machine does some kind of operation to what goes into it. And let's say it is a add to machine. So 7 goes in and it comes out as 9. We're going to make a list of everything that goes into the machine and everything that goes out. 7 goes into the machine and 9 comes out. So we're going to take a record of that. Let's put a 5 in. A 5 comes in and a 2 comes out. Let's do a -2. If we put a -2 and we add 2 to it, let's see, -2 plus 2, that's going to make a 0 come out. And let's do one more. Let's do 1. We put a 1 in and a 3 comes out. So we are going to call these things that go into the machine, this is our domain. And the things that come out of the machine, we call that our range. So the range are the y values, the domain is the x values. Now there's another way of writing this. Instead of calling this f, we're going to call this f of x instead. And when I say f of 7, what that means is the y value when the x value is 7. In other words, if I put 7 into my machine, what comes out? 9. So 7 makes 9. So we're going to say f of 7 is 9. And so we can write this as f of 7. This is f of 5. So if we put 5 into the machine, 2 comes out. What is f of 1? F of 1 is 3, because 1 goes in and 3 comes out. Let's practice reading this table. X and f of x. Let's say 2, 6, 9, 8, 5, 11, 3, -2. If we say f of 6, you say 11. If I say f of 9, you say 3. Okay, so we can also look at this on a graph. So let's go back to our rule. This is our add to machine. So 5 comes in and 7 comes out. So the way we write this is f of x is equal to x plus 2. And now when I evaluate this, I'll try f of 5. X plus 2 just means whatever comes into the machine, this is x, whatever comes into it, you add 2 to it. So x plus 2 comes out. So if I put in 5, 5 plus 2 is going to give me 7. 5 gives me 7. If I say f of 3, 3 goes in and 5 goes out. If I say f of -2, then I do -2 plus 2. I'm replacing this letter x with this thing, and I get 0. Let's look at that on a graph. So on a graph, here you got your equation x plus 2, and I can try these different values. This point right here, 0, 2. The first is the x value, the second one is the y value. So 0 goes into the machine, 2 comes out. Let's do 3. 3 goes in, 5 goes out. Let's try 5. 5 goes in, 7 goes out. So this is a really simple one. It's just an adding to machine, but you can get more and more and more interesting ones. Okay, let's say we're looking at a graph, and the graph does something like this. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say it says find f of 4. Well, the way you find f of 4 is you go up here. This is the x value. So when the x value is 4, it says what's the y value? And you go across here, and maybe it's 9. And so you say f of 4 equals 9. Kind of like on the graph right here, if it's what's f of 5? F of 5 is 7, because I go up here in 5, and I get this point 5, 7. All right, let's do some more interesting ones. When you evaluate functions, they might be more complicated rules, like this. Let's say you have this one, f of x equals 5x minus 2. So what this machine does is it does 2 different operations. First of all, it takes whatever the input is, times it by 5, and then subtracts 2 from the result of that. So if I do f of 7, then it's going to be 5 times 7 minus 2. That's going to be 35 minus 2. That's going to give you 33. Let's try another one. Let's try f of 10. So where I see this x, I'm going to replace that with 10. Everything else stays the same. The 5 stays the same, the minus stays the same, the 2 stays the same. I'm just replacing x with that x value. So I get 50 minus 2, which is 48. Okay, now the ones that are tricky are ones like this. And let's walk through a couple of these. F of x is equal to negative 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. And this question is going to be tricky because of the negatives. So we're going to rewrite this equation. Wherever I see x, though, I am replacing x with negative 5. So the negative 2 stays the same, this little squared stays the same, that stays the same. And I'm going to replace it, I'm going to put parentheses around it. So we're going to do negative 5, negative 5. Now it's really important when you solve these that you just do one operation at a time. Now remember, order of operations says that we have to do exponents first. So I can't do 2 times 5 and make 10. I've got to do this exponents first. It's going to be negative 2, negative 5, negative 5. And then I'm just writing that out. So exponents, that squared, just means I'm writing that negative 5 out twice. All right, now negative 5 times negative 5, that's going to give me 25. And then that's going to give me plus 15 plus 1. That's going to give me negative 50 plus 15 plus 1. And that's going to give me negative 35 plus 1. And that's going to give me negative 34. Okay, so I want to try this one. Let's do f of x is equal to negative 3x squared plus 2x minus 3. So for this one, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try f of negative 4. All right, let's see how you did. Negative 3, negative 4 squared plus 2, negative 4 minus 3. So we're going to keep that negative 3. Negative 4 squared means negative 4 times negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive. And that's all I did on that step. I only just simplified that to 16. Okay, now we can multiply. Negative 48 minus 8 minus 3. That's going to be negative 56. That's going to be negative 59. So take a look on this one. Don't be frustrated if you got it wrong. There's a lot of negatives and positives. One thing you got to watch out for is this is a positive, this is a negative. So that's going to give you a minus 8. All right, so we've talked about evaluating and we've talked about what a function is.